Hello everyone, welcome to Crit It and Hit It. This is Dungeons & Dragons tabletop role-playing game where you've got us five nerds playing D&D. I am Drew from Master Tier Gaming and I will be the Dungeon Master for today, running everything in my own world of the Taihun. You can visit our YouTube channel to see lots of nice videos about that. With me today, as always, we have Kerry, Daniel, Abby and Laura. Starting with Kerry, would you all like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Kerry from Tabletop Crafter. I'm playing Amy, the human paladin.
I'm Daniel from D.Taylor Woodworking, and I'm playing Airden, the elven bloodhunter.
I'm Abby from Trade and Tested, and I am playing Anakis, the Tiefling Druid.
And I am Laura from Dark Moon Dice. I almost forgot where I was from for a minute there. Oh, gosh. And I'm playing Airden, the Eladrin Warlock.
Excellent. Days gone by, that would have been a fine of 50 gold. I used to say excellent an awful lot. So, I will be sharing a bard's tale today. This is a story that the characters in our world will have heard at some point, and something that may influence them, or may not. Just add a bit of flavour and texture to the world. This bard's tale is not going to include things that Airden has abused. Instead, this bard's tale is going to be the Well of Dorlock. Dorlock is a small town. It's near the northern mountainous regions where the dwarves set up their cities. Dorlock is home to quite a few humans, halflings, a small dwarven contingent amongst the population, but mostly Dorlock is famous for its engineers. Across the stream from Dorlock there is a swamp within which are a great series of pulleys and lifts, things to dredge up fish and all manner of beasts and plants from the depths of this swamp, and also to pull out any stragglers, people that get lost in there. The water of Dorlock, it's gained from one particular well. The groundwater in Dorlock was cursed a great many years ago. The people of Dorlock no longer are engineers. They still have all of their devices standing. They're still functional. A testament to the engineering genius to make these things that last for so long. No one knows exactly what was done to curse the people, but anyone that drinks from the Well of Dorlock loses their mind. Everyone that lives there now lives as children, running about, not really getting up to much, causing a hassle for the nearby towns and villages. Dorlock is essentially isolated now from the world. No one dares venture within. No one wants to accept an offering of ale or soup. For who knows if that'll be the last time that you remember even the word for such a thing. That is the tale of the Well of Dorlock.
Ooh. I love creepy
Nice.
stuff.
Last session, we had returned to camp after escorting Xander away from where you defeated those elves. It appears from your discussions with Xander that he's fallen in to the service of a demon that he was siphoning power from, and that this demon has designs on a lich, a powerful queen of blood called Ayala. There is a cult that worships her operating within the elven army, possibly wider in the elven civilization. The only thing that Eden knows could stop this army would be either her talking directly to the army itself, or getting someone in the capital, someone in the city of Tharansari, to issue countermand orders to expose Merca for not being who he says he is. But of course, that city is a long ways away. Amy had recently put together that Simon Basal is related to the Basal that gave her prophecy, one that Xander is upset about. He wants to be the one to defeat Begazul, the demon. But Xander is convinced that by helping the cult summon Ayala, that Ayala has some sort of weapon to defeat the demon. And that is the motivation for helping there. Anakis, upon entering her tent, was met by a duo. Tia and Von. They had sent messages using Druidcraft and using the language of the Druids, and they appeared most uninvited. In the camp we have Xander, Eden, Anakis, Airden, Amy, Simon, Jubanan and Eresha, and we also have Daenerys, the Elven Druid. Those are the players. That is the situation that we currently have. We are going to start with Anakis in her tent.
So they're in my tent.
They are in your tent.
It's been a fair few years since I've seen them. I think this to myself. So I'm just gonna look bemused at them and just look them up and down, really, just to see if they got anything sort of suspicious on them. Can I notice anything first of all?
What's your passive perception?
Good question. Sorry, hang on. It is, I think it's 40. 14.
14.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that they have visibly changed. That Tia is a bit buffer, Von a bit taller and leaner. They seem more capable than they have been in previous years. They've got a bit more confidence about them. But you can still see this twinkle in Tia's eye. Something about that tells you that they've still got this childish, cheeky streak.
Sounds about right. I'm just gonna say, what are you doing here? No, that's not Irish. No, Welsh. What are you doing here? I'm more Irish than I am Welsh right now. What are you doing here?
What, we can't just drop in and see our sister? No, what? That was Jamaican. What was that?
Oh, I did serious.
That's not sticking.
You went. Well, you weren't invited. I didn't ask you to come.
Ooh, we need an invitation now.
Well, I didn't realise anybody knew where I was.
Well, we didn't at
How
first.
did you find me?
Well, you just seemed to leave a bit of a trail. We heard a little bit about the kerfuffle that was happening around here, and we decided to come and have a look. The birds and bees were singing about you.
Oh, for goodness sake. Well, what do you want? You're always at, what do you want? There's never any, you don't just want to come and see me. You've never done that. What the hell do you want?
Oh, it's never easy with you. It's always got to be something going on. It can't just be family going to see family. Anyway.
No, it cannot. Not with you two, anyway.
Well, Vaughn and
Bloody
I thought
imbeciles.
we'd come and swing by and see you. We just wanted to see you. It just also happens that we're a little bit stuck. It's just by
With what?
circumstance. Well, you'll never guess. But, well, Vaughn and I was just taking a random stroll. And, we kind of annoyed a gnome.
Right. Okay. You annoyed a gnome.
Yes, and the gnome,
I-
he kind of robbed us.
The gnome robbed you. The both of you.
It was dark, and he was very sneaky, very sneaky.
How do you know it was a gnome then? If you were you asleep?
I just think it was the gnome. Vaughn, at this point, tuts, rolls her eyes. It definitely was the gnome. We robbed him, so he robbed us back.
Well, there you go then. What do you expect, you idiots?
Tia takes another bite out of their apple. See, I told you she wasn't going to help us. She never helps. All we do is try to look out for the family. But no, you've got to go out on your own and go and do some adventuring. But as soon as we go out into the world, all of a sudden everything's our fault.
Well, it normally bloody is.
Right. Anyway,
So what do you
we're
want
out.
from me then? What do you want?
Well, if you're willing to help, and only if you're willing to help, I'm not begging you or anything. I'm just saying, if you're willing to help, then maybe you could go and talk to this gnome. You've always been a little bit better at talking to people.
Where's the gnome?
He's lives on a farm. He's a little ways down the road.
There is definitely some Jamaican there.
Be a can.
I come out of my tent and just sort of shake my head to myself and just laugh. Well, sort of silently laugh to myself. And I look to the group and I just say, well, I've got trouble in my tent. It's become apparent that my brother and sister have caused some trouble locally. I don't know what you want to do. I'm not too bothered about helping them because they're a pair of ratbags, if I'm honest. But I suppose they are my brother and sister, and my mum and dad would want me to help them. So I think it's probably best that I do. What time is it, Drew?
So it's approaching late afternoon.
Late afternoon, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you guys. I can go off and help them if you want, or you can come with me. By the sounds of it, they've got themselves into some trouble. Not much trouble, but a little bit of trouble. It's up to you guys.
I kind of half draw my sword. Like, do we want to deal with them? I'm like looking at everyone else. Like, no, I mean, of course not.
I go back to Von and Tia, and I say, what did you take from the gnome?
Well, we don't have anything of the gnome. He stole it back.
Well, you've just said. Well, what did you try to steal?
He had a special-looking sword and some herby things.
What did the sword look like?
Choppy. Sort of sword-like. Again, Von wanders over, slaps an arm down onto his shoulder. It looked a little special. Kind of like a short sword crafted by like an elf or something.
Is that Amy's? Amy, is that you? Thinking swords, or is that Eden? I can't remember.
What?
Amy, Kerry, Kerry!
Kerry!
Amy! Amy! Kerry! I was talking role of character then.
So,
Amy!
Yeah.
Are you after that special sword? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
What? Why?
So, to clarify, as Simon becomes intrigued at what is going on and leans in, and further discussion between Tia and Von and the rest of you happen to get more details, it transpires that the gnome in question was in fact one that you have met. It is the farmer that you met on the way here. The sword was his. They decided to try and rob him. He robbed them back. And what Tia and Von have lost is the small holly wreaths. They have recently started dabbling, as they put it. They are using Druid magic, taught to them by someone not in the Druid Order anymore. So they can't exactly go to anyone official about this. They're being taught magic under the table, so to speak. And they really want to travel. And they were taught this amazing trick that you can do with your Druidcraft cantrip to instantly travel between standing stone archways.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they were wanting to travel about a bit, but unfortunately they no longer have their focuses. So they want those back from the gnome.
Right. Okay. I'm going to relay this information to the group and ask them if they would like to help.
Well, surely we just need to go and ask for them back. Like, we're friends with them, right? Like,
I don't think it's going to be that simple, if I'm honest, Amy.
I'm sure it'll be that simple. We just apologise, say there was a misunderstanding. He's got his sword back. Your siblings get their items back. What?
What's in this for us?
I don't know, if I'm honest. I suppose it might give me a little bit more power. Maybe I can ask them to teach me some of their new knowledge.
Because I meant for me. What's in it for me?
There might be some shiny crystals, or I don't know.
Airden, it's the joy of helping people.
I just look at Amy
Joy of it.
like she's speaking a different language.
The what of what?
Xander is leaning against a wagon, one foot propped up on the wheel, arms folded, looking down.
Smoking. Looking all cool.
Without looking up, he just says, "There's about a week before the elves get here. A couple of days isn't going to break our backs. Let's go."
Even Xander wants to help. Come on, guys.
I think. Aiden, what do you want to do? I don't want to split the group up.
Yeah, no, I'll help.
Right, how far is the farm from where we are, Drew?
The farm's just a couple of days away.
So a couple of days there and a couple of days back.
Yes.
So that's 4 days, right? And the elves are a week away.
Yes.
Right, okay. Are we still okay with... So, yes, okay. Right. Should we go?
Oh, terribly sorry. The elves are 2 weeks away.
Oh, we've got plenty of time.
Yes.
Right, okay. I'm marching to volunteer and I say, we're willing to help you, but no funny business. Otherwise, I send you back to Mum and Dad.
They both nod in agreement and fall in line.
Because I can't, as background information, I cannot yet do the thing that they've learned, can I?
Travelling through stone portals, it is something that you're physically capable of doing, but it may not be something that your character's done before.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, I'm willing to help you, but I would like to learn the thing.
Well, you seem to like all this walking about. What would you want to do with instantly moving about?
It's just a good thing to have, isn't it?
Always taking the lazy way. At which point
You
Von
can't
nudges Tia. It's like, says you. Don't know what that accent was.
Right. We're willing to help you and we're willing to come, but no bloody funny business, alright? Promise?
Alright, promise.
Can I just check that? With an insight check.
Yes.
Please. Dice. Ooh, 14.
Von is hiding something, but you can tell that it's not directly linked. But Von's feeling
To what?
uncomfortable.
Okay. I'm going to. Oh, right. Okay.
Alright.
That's fine. Mhm. Yep.
Okay. So, moving back to the farmstead where fires were started and put out.
Is it worth us having a? Did we? We didn't get a long rest, did we?
No.
Did we? Is it
Not as of yet, but you'll be able to get a long rest on the journey there.
okay? That's fine. Are we? Can we go? Are we all right to go and camp en route? I asked the group.
Yep. All of the NPCs
Yeah.
are on board.
Everyone?
Okay.
We're all going. Amy's very happy about this big group road trip.
Well,
I make sure. Go on.
go on. I don't want to let any of you out of my sight, especially him. And I just stare at Xander.
I just make sure I've got Nutkin with me, and make sure I've got enough nuts for the journey.
Nutkin is very pleased. The wagons get loaded up. Chuban and Anaresha let you know that they're in fact going to continue moving in a northwesterly direction. That they're going to be moving on from this point on. They've got some trading that they want to get done. So instead, they're going to bid adieu.
So, I forgot to ask. I realised the last two sessions, I realised that these two, I've totally forgot that they're traders.
Mm-hmm.
So what do they have to trade? Is this now the last moment that because I've got gold. Can I, before everyone leaves, I'm like, just one moment.
One second.
They have all manner of minor trinkets and treasures. They have a jar with some pickled lizard eyes inside of it. They claim that by popping one of these into your mouth and chewing on it hard, you'll be able to gain a vision of the future. There's another jar with some actual peppers, pickled peppers inside. Those are to protect you from cold. So long as you keep it under your tongue, you'll be protected from the elements of cold.
Ooh.
They also have a darning needle that they have yet to find anything that will bend it.
Ooh.
He demonstrates by sort of wedging it between two planks of wood and just loading saddlebag after saddlebag on this darning needle, and it stays solid.
I'd like the darning needle, please.
Oh, you bastard.
How much is it?
Could do you 12 gold.
I just laugh at his face. Nope. Okay. How much is for one of the peppers?
For the peppers, he's only charging 1 gold and 5 silver for the jar, and the jar's got 7 peppers inside.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go for that. 7 peppers.
Can I ask Simon, quietly, how is that real? Does the eye thing that really give you a vision of the future, or are they just
I reckon so.
Have you tried it?
No. Last time I tried one of those things, did not feel nice. They had some beef jerky that did not sit well with me. It did the job wonderfully. The jerky has some restorative properties, and to prove it, Chubanon chopped my toe off and then fed me this jerky, and the toe grew back. It was remarkable, but off-putting.
Okay. How much for one of the lizard feature vision eyes?
For just one of the eyes, they're willing to offer it for 5 silver pieces.
Do I have something to put it in?
Your mouth.
Wait, you have to do it right now. How much for the whole jar?
For the whole jar, there's 12 eyes inside. They're cramped, pretty packed. The eyes are about just smaller than the palm of your hand.
Oh god, okay.
But for the whole jar, they're willing to let it go for just a gold piece.
Okay, can I take that?
Yes.
Whilst everybody's doing this, I want to take Von to one side and ask him what he's not telling me. Just straight out, look him in the face, look him in the eye, and just say, what are you not telling me? I know you.
I had a bit of a run-in with the high elves.
What did you do?
I didn't mean nothing by it, but I apparently put someone's nose out of joint. There was this a prince fellow, Merke Erdel.
Oh, for goodness sake, you didn't.
I did. It was a while ago. It was a few weeks at least. We were wandering about in Baransari. I know Mum and Dad don't like us going there, but I wanted to have a wander around, and I met this guy, and I just thought he smelled an awful lot like sulphur. It was not quite fitting of the elves of the city. I wondered if it was a new fashion.
A new bloody fashion? Oh, for goodness sake, Ron. Okay, right.
So I decided to ask him about it. He got very sensitive. I wondered if it was perhaps a glandular thing. If maybe it was something wrong with him. That's when they called the guards and we had to do a runner. We've got a bounty on our heads there now.
Oh, for...
I didn't hear this, do I?
No, this is an aside with Anakis.
Okay.
So this... Oh, for goodness sake, what? Oh, you absolute idiot.
And we don't
You
know anyone
absolute idiot!
We don't know anyone that knows how that place works. So we can't do anything about it. We don't want to pay the bounty. The bounty's bloody expensive.
Right, we're helping you with this and then you go.
Alright.
It's not my problem. You hit Mercury in the nose and now he's after you. Idiot, do you know who he is?
Well, I know that now, but I didn't know at the time, did I?
Oh, right. As soon as this is over, I'm sending you back to Mum and Dad. That's it.
How am I supposed to know that high elves are supposed to smell of sulphur? It smelled like a bloody dragon.
Yes. Right. I know, obviously know why, but I'm not going to relay why. Right, okay. That's fine. I don't know. Right. Okay. Okay, we're just going to go.
Alright. I'm just saying, if we get jumped by a bunch of elven ninjas, it's not my fault.
I think we've already had that problem. Was it out of me? Was it the elven ninjas? Oh my god. Oh God's sake.
I mean, that would be
Was
cool.
it really would. Was it elves? The elven that was it? It was the same group that had you, wasn't it?
Yes.
Airden.
Yes.
But they're all dead, so it's fine.
No, one
It's not
escaped.
off.
One
Oh,
teleported off.
Yes, torn.
Yeah, I did.
My new nemesis.
Right, okay. Okay. Right, well, I can... no, it's not a way of me tracing him. Okay, let's just go. Let's see what happens.
Alright. So, you continue on your journey. Airden, you bought the darning needle. There are minor sundries that they also have, like woodsman's axes and things. Oh no, you didn't buy the darning needle, did you?
No, I got
Or
the peppers.
Yes.
I really want the darning needle, though.
Bartering is a thing.
How perceptive do they look?
What's your passive insight, or do you want to make an
barter
insight check?
before you steal it?
I don't know, bartering doesn't really seem like Airden's thing. Why? I mean, I've got a passive perception of 14. I don't know if that...
is your insight any different to your perception? Like, bonus-wise?
No, it's exactly the same.
Then you would have a passive insight of 14. They seem about as observant as a couple of fun-loving gnomes might be, as in not that perceptive on the shop front. A quick distraction and a light finger.
Sorry, I don't want to take up too much time on a silly little thing that I've just become obsessed with. It's not important. I'll just make a mental note. They have something I want.
Okay.
One day it might come in useful.
So the party trundles on the wagon that Simon brought. Daenerys also instead offers to go with Tubanan and Iresha. He's decided that for now pursuing Simon is not something that's going to be productive with his time. And with everything happening with Xander and now this gnome situation with these wood elves, it's becoming a bit complicated for him, and he's instead going to travel north to the nearest town, grab a horse, and then ride south to go and deal with a haunting that he's heard about. So it's just you guys, Simon and Xander.
Laura, is Eden kind of like... Is Xander kind of like Eden's ward? Like, are you watching him and kind of dealing with him? Or is he just with us, like part of the group?
It's like this part of the group.
No, but I know like last session you were kind of like... You were dealing with him and... I don't know, I'm just... Airden's kind of... I don't know, wanting to make sure that he's secured and like someone is watching him.
There was like a tug of war, wasn't there, with Amy and Eden. Amy wanting to like get Xander on side, and Eden being like, "No, use your hatred, feel the anger building within you."
That was just he was angry, so we went to the forest and killed some trees to blow off steam. That's it.
Yep.
Okay, and now he's all seemingly okay.
He's Xander, so he's moody and broody.
Yeah. Okay.
What is he like with me now? Like, has he kind of cooled off a bit, or because I feel like Amy's probably still kind of awkward around him after that?
Xander will just sit perched on the corner of the wagon and occasionally like glance at each of you. If he ever catches Amy or Eden's eyes, he stares for just a little bit too long and then looks away into the middle distance.
Okay.
Keeping one eye on him the whole time. Just never, even if someone speaks to me, I'm just still like my head's looking in his direction.
Gonna think you like him.
Yeah.
Might give me an advantage over him when it comes to our eventual, when I kill him eventually. I mean.
So, it takes 2 days. You guys can easily take a long rest. You'll arrive early the next morning. It'll only take a few hours of morning travel to get over the hill and see the farmstead below. On the farmstead, you see some strangers. There's a human and 2 strange halflings.
Sorry, I've lost my pencil sharpener.
I don't think I've noticed. I'm too busy watching Xander.
Do I recognise them?
You don't recognise them, no. They are entirely different people to the ones that own this farm.
What are they doing?
Tilling the fields.
Okay, just working.
Working. Right. I'm just going to march down the hill towards. In fact, where I volunteer.
They are on the wagon with you guys.
Right. Okay. I'm just sort of, I think my tactic is going to be to say, I think I'm just going to walk to them and say, I hear that some friends of mine, I don't want to say that they're my brother and sister because obviously I don't want to get involved in that, but I hear that some friends of mine have been causing you some trouble and they would like to come and apologise. I think that's the tactic I'm going to go for. So I'm just going to walk towards the farmstead and approach. Can't I remember his name? What's his name? No. What the hell is his name?
Are they there?
They are not. No.
Oh, damn.
So the human and two halflings look up, and as you approach,
Ralphred.
Yes, that was the gent's name.
Yeah.
I've lost the note for the lady's name, so I was avoiding saying.
I have Isabella written down.
I've got it.
Next to him.
Probably it. Yes.
I assume that's the yeah.
Oh, thank you. Bless you.
I probably have it written down somewhere. I've just got that.
So Ralphred and Isabella are not anywhere to be found at present. Instead, you've got two halflings rather than gnomes, and you've got a human working the fields. The human and halfling, they look up as you approach, hear you saying your spiel, and the halfling that's closest to you. So, you want the lord and lady of the house, then?
Yes, please.
Right. Well, they ain't here.
Where's they gone?
Gone into town, aren't they?
This morning?
Well, late last night. Had a bit of a windfall. Had to go and liquidise assets, apparently.
Can I roll an insight check?
Yep.
Oh, for fuck's sake. 10.
You're able to determine... I can't even see the result of that. Excuse me 1 minute. Gonna turn the light on. There we go. I can see! Nope, that's a 4. He's telling the truth. He knows more about the windfall.
Why are they trying to get? Why do they want some more money? What's been happening here?
Well, no, that's Welsh. Well, they got their hands on a few trinkets and things they want to sell. That's why they got us to come and take care of the farm work while they went into town.
Okay. I'm just gonna probe him a bit more.
Yeah, something's up.
Something's not right. Do you know why they want why they need some more money?
Well, I think something about repairs or something. I don't know.
Something's not right.
Airden, did you say your passive insight was 14?
Yeah, 14. Yeah.
Yeah. There is a great deal of shiftiness coming from the human and the other halfling. They are looking towards the barn quite a bit.
I think I kind of make as if I'm just getting off the cart to stretch my legs, kind of big yawn type thing, and just casually just start wandering around, and I just kind of meander towards the barn. As if I'm just, just kicking the ground type thing, just looking around, just every now and then stopping just to pull my leg up and just stretch a little bit and things. Not as if I'm going in any particular direction, but just kind of going towards the barn-ish.
Give me either a deception or charisma-based skill check. Skill check? Stealth check.
Okay, I'll do deception. I add 0 onto that. 17.
17. The human and the halfling at first look like they're following where you're going, but then they become a little too invested in the conversation happening between Anakis and the one in front, whose name is Dolph. That pencil lead has come off.
Dolph.
Dolph. There's my so Dolph.
And is that the one that Anakis is talking to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very bright.
So do I get to the barn, or will we deal with that?
We'll
later?
deal with that in a moment.
Okay.
Anakis, Dolph is assuring you that they're not here. They could be gone for a few days. Probably best to get on your way. That they're just in town selling stuff.
I'm going to head inside and just say I had something to pick up from them. Some herbs. I'm just going to go inside. They told me where they were.
Well, you don't want to go into the house. I mean, it's the house. I don't really know who you are. You don't know who I am. There's security concerns.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic at first level, please.
You cast Detect Magic at first level. Oh my goodness. Quickly, sort of jostling your staff, twisting it into the ground a little. You feel power from the earth beneath you pulse into your arm, into your chest, and up to your eyes. And you close your eyes, you open them again, and you can see in this tunnel vision of magical energy that there is magic. There is magic in a blade inside the house. You can see that the door is slightly ajar, and that the sword seems to be hovering a little bit off the ground, as if it's resting on something in the middle of the living room. You recall from entering the house before that it's a door set into the side of a living room with a partitioned off bedroom. So it's essentially like an all-in-one studio space. There wasn't anything in the middle of the floor before. There is no other magic.
Okay. How many did you say there were? 3 of them?
Yes, there were 3 of them.
And if 2 of them are halflings as well, I kind of feel like
I'm just going to look in Airden's direction and just give him a nod as if to say, yes, let's just tie them up.
At this point, Airden, you'll see that just as you're about to poke your head into the barn. Inside the barn, as your eyes rapidly adjust to the gloom, you see Ralfred and Isabella hog-tied.
Fuck's sake.
They are stuffed between 2 bales of straw. They are in underwear. And there's nothing else around them. The animals in the barn have been slain.
Daniel gasped, not Airden.
So there's a cow and a couple of pigs that were set in little stable areas. They have been slaughtered. And there is also another section opposite, which looks to be another home for maybe a cow or a horse. It's large enough for that. That's entirely empty, although there is blood on the straw.
Okay. Man, I don't know. What would Airden do? I think I just kind of spend longer than a normal person should, kind of looking between them both, like, yeah, weighing up my options. Like, okay, and yeah, I'll walk back across to. Maybe I'll walk up to Anakis and just kind of whisper to her just what I've seen.
How far apart are the 3 people from each other?
They're standing fairly close to each other. They're all within like a 20-foot block.
Okay, I'm going to straight away after Airden has told me this. I am going to cast.
Can I whisper to her as well? Always leave one alive.
I'm going to cast Thunder Wave.
Oh well.
Everyone's going to need to roll for initiative.
Yay! It won't be a long fight, I
Why
imagine.
did no one ask Amy to help? Literally could just put them to sleep. And that'll be it. No.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to cause much damage, hopefully. 20.
14. Oh, wait, no, I had stuff onto that, sorry. 17.
Amy?
13.
Eden?
19.
19. Oh, everyone goes before Kerry.
Don't kill them!
So it is Anakis,
I'm
Eden, Airden, then those guys, and then Amy.
I'm going to at the same time as casting it. Oh no, I can't do that and I can't trip. That's not going to work. I just want as soon as I cast it, I want to shout at them. We will not kill you.
You say
Tell
as you're
them-
attacking them.
As I'm attacking them. Well, hopefully they won't die. It's not much damage. As I cast it, we're not going to kill you. Just tell us what you want.
What's your saving throw DC?
14.
Damn. Alright, they take 2d8 thunder damage, are pushed 10 feet away from you. And the
Oh,
rakes and shovels that they had also go flying.
8.
8 damage
8 points. Yes.
on 2d8.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Right. So, the halfling, lings, Dolph included, immediately have the heads concussed against rocks as they fly backwards and hit the unworked land. The human, however, as he flies back and lands on his back, he starts to pull himself up, and as he does so, you see a scratch along his chest. It's this wide blue scratch with this strange ooze coming down the front that starts closing up and healing.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. You were muted there
Right.
for a moment.
Okay. Whose turn is it next?
It is Eden's turn.
Okay. You, first of all. Second of all, we should probably kill that one, right?
That's the one I want to leave alive. I want to find out what's going on here. I was thinking kill him because it's the human, but
That's racist.
no, like, you know,
Like,
the
Amy's human.
halflings. Well, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go Arms of Hadar.
Wow.
Pulling
Right
out
out
the
the bat.
big, yeah, pulling out the big guns. Can
Alright.
I think even leaving him? Oh, you can't leave him a little bit alive. He heals himself.
We don't know if he heals himself. You could go non-lethal, but I don't know if you do that with arms of him.
Yeah, you can opt to knock them out instead of kill them with any effect. So, Arms of Hadar, he's just failed his strength saving throw, so he takes 2d6 necrotic damage and can't take reactions until next turn. So feel free to run past him.
10.
Oh, are you casting it with a first level or second level slot? There's
First.
Is it first still? Okay. Then yes, 2d6.
Wait, I don't have first level slots. Sorry, all my slots are second level. Sorry.
So it's 3d6.
Yeah. I don't have all of my. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. 13.
13 damage.
Yeah.
Right. Add it onto the 8 from before. Do. Sorry, I count up with hit points, much to the chagrin of many of my contemporaries.
Yeah, that's weird.
Taking a wide stance and building the power up between your hands, you then throw your hands forward. Roots start to grasp up around this figure, and you can sort of make out a ghostly shape swirling his hands above him, sort of making these vines do his bidding. And they wrap around, grab a hold, and then wrench apart, ripping and tearing at this guy. You see that there's a tearing at his face. Some of the skin looks like it's been peeled off, and beneath you see a solid grey eye and a noseless face. It seems that there might not even be a mouth there, just an indentation of one. Slowly the skin starts to reseal itself. Next up, we have Airden.
So I imagine Airden's just kind of standing there like, Okay, I think you said the halflings were concussed.
Yes, they're unconscious now.
They're unconscious, right. I'm just going to... Well, I guess I can only deal with one of them. I'll just put a crossbow bolt into one of them to kill it. I've just decided that I'm going to try and keep the human alive.
Alright, yep. As your action, you can just end it.
Just makes things simpler. Just take some, problems out of the way.
Yeah. Alright, so you go and kill one of the halflings. Any other movement that you wanted to make, or...?
No. No. Just walk up.
Alright. So, moving on, this thing gets to make an action. Make an action? Do an action. Do a thing.
Oh, sorry, could I just interject? I've killed the one that isn't Dolph.
Okay.
Just in case that comes up.
So Dolph is still alive?
Yes. Right, sorry, continue.
That's fine, alright. So, he decides to charge forward. Does he decide to charge forward? He does decide to charge forward. He rips the vines and roots that have started growing up around him off of him, charges forward, and decides to target... Where did I put that d20? There's the d20. Ha! Eden! So he rushes forwards. Ooh. What's your armor class, Eden?
It is 12.
12. Brilliant. So he charges forward, raises his hand, and as he does so, you can hear ripping and tearing as the skin sort of severs at the shoulder, and as he swings one solid fist down, he almost flicks the sleeve of his skin off, and this solid blue sinuous arm clocks down on top of your shoulder, doing 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Is he within 30 feet of me?
He is within 30 feet of you, yes.
Can I... 7 damage. Does that feel like that's an average amount for him, or does it look like he slipped and didn't do as much as he maybe could?
I'll allow you to use your reaction to make a quick history, arcana, or nature check to determine if
Yeah,
Amy
but I'm
knows
wanting
that.
to use my reaction for something else.
On your turn, you could use a bonus action to do that instead if you want. But I suppose it doesn't help with determining your reaction thing right now. does
No,
it?
I'll just do it. So I want to use Rebuke the Violent. I know.
Okay.
So I need to do a Wisdom saving throw.
That's a 13 on my end.
He saves, so DC is 13. I
Okay.
think. Is it? It might have.
Yeah, if it meets the DC.
Yeah, I'm just checking. Yeah, no, it's 13.
Cool.
Right.
Does anything happen on a success?
Oh, it's half still. Okay.
Nice.
So the attacker takes radiant damage equal to the damage it just dealt, or half on a success.
Okay. So it does half of 7. So that's a 3.5. Let's call it 3.
Lame.
So yeah, as his hand slams down on Eden's shoulder, just as Eden's knees buckles slightly, Amy holds out her hand, and his hand begins to sear. You see some smoke burst out from between his fingers. He quickly moves his hand out of the way and starts looking around to see what the source of that was. Amy, it is now you.
Right. I mean, this thing is probably undead, right?
Possibly.
Okay, then I'm probably just going to try and attack it. No point trying. Oh, yeah, there's no point trying to put it to sleep, probably. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to attack it. So I'll run up to it to get into melee range with him.
Okay.
And then it's 20 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay, I'm going to smite. So is it undead?
No.
Right, okay.
Did you say it wasn't undead?
That's correct.
Damn.
I just think it's a demon.
Well, that's shit roll. Okay. Do you need to know, like, separate what's radiant and what's not? Or...
No, not in this case.
Okay. I had 11 damage.
11 damage.
Yeah.
As you dash forward with your sword, you drag it across. You hear this thunderous boom and a quick flash, like a bolt of lightning, which strikes the blade. And as you drag it across his chest, a searing, sizzling sound starts to come from his chest, and you see these small pustules begin to develop and pop as he collapses down to his knees and slumps over to the side. His eyes close.
Alright. Okay. Oh wait, is it still...
It is down.
So we're not in initiative anymore.
You're not in initiative anymore.
Can I check that for, like, signs of life on him? So, like, kneel down straight away and check if he's still
Yes.
alive.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Right, okay. Dex isn't my thing. 12?
As you bend down to check it out, something on the skin moves, and bursting out of its neck is this small slug-like creature which leaps towards you. Just as it's about to enter through your screaming mouth, a blade quickly chops down, cuts it in half. Xander then reaches down, picks up both halves, and then crushes it between his fingers, setting it ablaze and letting go of the ashes.
Oh, thank you.
He doesn't respond. He then just holds his hands out and starts trying to set fire to the body.
Can I slap his hands away?
Can I also slap his hands away and kind of shake like, no, back on the cart with you.
Can I check? Can I just like push him away a little bit, like friendly, but just like wait. We don't just immediately burn bodies. Let's check him out.
Well,
pretty sure Airden does.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't.
All right. As he turns and starts to walk away, you notice more movement in the body. Another slug flies out, and it slams into the back of Xander's neck and quickly burrows in under his skin. And he collapses forward onto the ground, his eyes rolling back, and foam started to come from his mouth.
What? Okay. Can we like run to him? I don't know. Like pull it. How? I don't even know. I don't even know how to deal with this.
I pull out my sword, like, and light it on fire. Oh well.
I don't even know. Like, is there still? Can I get to it where like I can still see where it went in?
Yeah, you can see the hole that it's tunneled in. You can see that it's wriggling around and moving up towards his skull.
Can I try and pull it out very quickly?
You will need to give me either a medicine skill check or an attack roll.
Do I think that command would work on a slug?
You can try it.
I'm going to take that as a no. Okay. Right, okay. If I attack... Well, I can lay on hands him if he's injured, so okay. I guess I'll do it as an attack, but what am I doing? It's like an unarmed strike, or...?
You can choose to do an unarmed strike or to like stab in with a weapon, whatever you feel more comfortable with. You are aiming for this slug and not Xander, so you're not going to do an awful lot of damage to Xander with this. But
I guess I'll do it with the sword then.
Your attack will be at disadvantage because even though you can see roughly where it is, it does have total cover because of Xander being in the way.
Oh man, right, okay. Okay. 19.
19. You managed to stick the blade in... sorry, was it a blade or was it fingers?
Blade. Well, yeah. Blade.
You managed to stab it in just at the base of his skull and flick, moving this thing away. You can feel it wriggling around under the skin, but you've managed to stop it getting any further.
Can I cut it out?
If you want to spend the next minute cutting it out while holding it in place, you can do that. What's everyone else doing while Amy's doing field medic stuff?
Can I shout to burn the body?
I'm good at that. I'll burn it.
Alright, Ethan comes over, starts burning the body. Amy, you're there cutting around. You manage to lift a flap of Xander's skin. You see a little bit of spine. I would like you to make a medicine skill check for me, please.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is going on?
Was that to me? Sorry.
Yes, Amy. Medicine skill check. So if you're not trained in medicine, then it's...
no, I'm not.
I am.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, 19. That's alright. Flat 19.
I'm proficient at it as well.
Do you want to offer assistance? So if you want to roll, and we'll count this as basically advantage.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
Can do.
If Anakis is going to come in and help,
yeah,
do it.
Okay. Oh, well, that's shit. That would be a 12.
So as Anakis comes over, Amy's got this. She slices over like a lump of meat, flaps it aside, and there you see this parasite. It's a thin, pale, slug-like creature. It looks almost like it's an albino thing. It's got a ring of teeth at the front and this lapping purple tongue that keeps sticking out, trying to latch onto something.
Do I recognise it?
Gonna give me a nature or arcana skill check.
Neither are great, but okay. 8.
8. Which one was that? Nature or Arcana?
Both. They're both +1.
Both +1? Which one do you want to have made the roll for? Because it's slightly different information depending on which one.
Arcana.
This matches the descriptions of several kinds of parasitic creatures, usually magical in nature. Mundane parasites tend to not live very long. This thing being out of a host and still wriggling around, you reckon it's got some sort of magical component to it, but you can't nail it down for sure. Its features are far too generic.
Is Amy holding this?
She'll have it on the end of a knife.
Right, okay.
Do I have any like jars with a lid that's like screws down?
I have an empty glass bottle.
Does it have a proper top on it, not like a cork? I don't want it to be like popping open in a bag in the middle of the night.
It just says glass bottle on my sheet.
Let's say that glass bottle has got a metal sort of hinge lock thing.
Okay, like a mason jar type thing.
Yeah, with a glass top.
Bring it over and I'll flick it into the jar.
Great.
Yeah.
You now are the proud owner of a slightly injured parasitic worm.
What should we call it?
Giving it a name.
It does not deserve a name, Amy.
It's called Airden Jr.
It's called Airden Jr. Ah, right. It's a fun party with me now. That's your familiar. I just need one now.
It's not being my familiar. A weird parasite. Maybe kind of apt.
Can I kind of try and fold all the skin bits back on and then like lay our hands into it to try and heal it over and
yes,
fix it?
Yes, you can.
How much do I think it needs?
Just 1 hit point of magical healing will like seal the wound and leave a nice handsome scar for him.
Oh. Fuck's sake. So close.
And then can I like roll him over and just be like, I'm sorry.
He is unconscious and unresponsive.
No, wake up. I try and wake him up. Lay on hands, water. I don't know.
From your medicine check that you made earlier, you can identify that he is currently paralyzed. Whatever this worm thing is, it's obviously got some kind of toxin that it leaves in the host to paralyze it.
Can lay on hands not cure that? Like, is that not counted as a disease or poison?
It's a magical poison, so you could pump 5 points in to magically cure it normally. However, this one you can tell is more in the vein of a curse than a poison. The beast being magical.
Oh, Christ. Right, okay. I pick Xander up and cradle him in my arms and then say, what do we do now?
Well, I'm going to go inside and check on... I can't remember what they were called.
Ralph
What were they called?
Isabella.
Ralfred.
Isabella's the one that I
Ralph and
forgot.
Isabella.
Yes.
Ralph, Red and Isabella.
Yes.
And yes, just help them.
As you let them out, they regale you with the horrifying story of how just a few days ago they were robbed by a couple of scampy little elves, and then when they went to go and find them, they were attacked by these 3 brigands on the path, and they were brought back here, tied up, and they would just leave them alone in the barn, occasionally coming back to gloat and tell them that they've nearly ransacked the entire place.
Right, so Ron and So did they get the things back from Von? Well, they clearly ignore me. I'm just having a moment.
No. As far as Ralfred and Isabella are concerned, they never met up with Tia and Von again. As far as they're concerned, like, that stuff is gone. It was while they were out looking for it.
What did the original thieves take from you?
They took a sword, and they took a few herbs. They also took our kettle. I don't know why they took
Yes, that sounds about right. Okay. All right. Okay. I believe I've come across the people that took those things from you, and they are here with me. I don't intend them to come to any harm, but we have dealt with the 3 people that tied you up 2 days ago. One of whom we believe was infected with a demonic parasite. A demonic parasite? I don't know. I don't quite know. Something nasty anyway. We're not too sure about the other 2 yet. But we believe we've dealt with them. Okay?
Right.
Now, I untie them. I make them put their clothes back on. Please get dressed.
As they leave the barn, look back at the house, they recognise Tia and Von. And going into the house, they see that there's not only all of their stuff packed into the middle of the living room, but a few other things as well. It looks like these 3 have been stealing from a bunch of people, including Tia and Von. Somehow, as Tia and Von are still utterly convinced that it was Ralfred that chased them down and beat them up.
Mm-hmm.
That part is still a mystery.
I assume, was it a shapeshifter?
Potentially. Give me a nature check. You've done an Arcana check on the parasite thing. Let's make a nature check on the actual.
Yes, 20.
Nice. Yes. This is what is commonly known as a doppelganger. You get quite a few flavours of these. Some of them are infected with strange mind flayer parasites. If someone's been infected and it's not quite worked, if they don't become a full-blown mind flayer, then they will become a doppelganger. The same thing goes with demon parasites. Things to try and turn people into lemures and other kind of corrupted mortal beings. If the connection doesn't quite happen the right way, they become doppelgangers. They're able to shift and change their form at will and gain some modicum of psychic ability.
Yes, okay. So, I can't remember what Volunteer actually wanted. What did they want? They just wanted help to...
They just wanted the material... They wanted the Druid focus back. And you can see them quite plainly on the pile there.
Right. All I want back is that thing over there. Because that's not yours.
Yes, absolutely. You can have anything that isn't ours. You can have. And he starts like separating out his stuff from the rest of the trash.
Could we investigate the rest of the things that were taken and thing? Is that possible? We're not going to take anything. We just want to investigate it for now.
All of their stuff. Like
the stuff that, their stuff, and then the stuff that was ransacked.
Okay.
Taken by.
Sure. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
That sword.
You can see the sword is quite proudly displayed on the top of the pile.
Do I recognise it?
It's the same sword that Ralfred had in the house the last time. It was just sort of hanging on the mantle. A relic from days gone by for him.
Do I think Amy or one of the other party members would want to investigate it?
Everyone's there. Everyone can see.
Does anybody want to have a look?
I think I don't know. Do you tell us what it is? You just kind of like shout out, you know.
Yes, I say there's some interesting stuff in here. You might want to come and have a look, guys.
Sure, I'll go in and have a look. Before I go, can I just pat Amy on the shoulder and just say, like, maybe you should just let him go?
No, never. I cling him to my chest tighter and then walk into the house after Airden.
I go back out. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just presuming it's alright that I'm carrying Xander. I am strong, to be fair.
I go outside and give this thing back to volunteer.
All right. They immediately make good on their deal. They walk you a little ways away to a small bundle of stones. They arrange them in a particular pattern, and they start showing you the way that you need to move your hand to be able to open this portal and use standing stones. Eden will also know a thing. That some of the best alchemists and potion masters, they live and work in Tharansari. Some of them even owe you favors. If you had a way to very quickly get to Tharansari, perhaps you'd be able to help Xander.
Okay. Yes. I'm trying to decide if I want to tell anybody. Get back. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with be right back. Just 1 second. Wait here for me.
Alright. So, going and investigating this sword, Ralfred will let you know that it's his sword. It's been in his family for a while, and that he's just aware that when it's used, it can cleave through people pretty nastily. It's a sword that behaves more like an axe, as he describes it. But he's not willing to part with it.
I think I maybe just have a look at it and, I don't know, maybe just kind of, what's the word, like, just like, you know, humour him, just like, yes, it's a very nice blade, and just kind of, you know, pass it back to him type thing. Not really that interested.
Cool. So, Amy's got an unconscious, magically cursed Xander.
Can I, like, say to Isabella, can I borrow your bed? Like, we need to make him comfortable. We need to lie him down and I don't even know. It's all my fault. We need to lie him down. It's okay. I don't know. Do you think, should I, what do you think? Do you suck out the poison? That's the
Whoa!
I don't know what to do.
Would I know how to deal with this? Could I possibly roll another medicine?
Yep, you can have another medicine check things out.
Oh, for
oh god, you're gonna tell me to suck poison out.
8.
This is something that would require some heavy-duty magic or medicine. Something that you don't have access to.
I'm going to ask Ron and Tyr if they can help.
There's nothing they can really do. Way of skills that they have. In fact, Von's looking a bit pale. Tyr has managed to pull out a pear from somewhere on her person and has started eating that now. While she's eating it, she's like, "We could take you somewhere."
Oh. Yes. We could. Yes. Amy, I sort of shout and relay this to the rest of the group. I don't think... Would Eden hear? Is Eden out of earshot?
I think Eden's around.
Okay.
Sort of around the house, seeing what the commotions are and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay. Amy, we can help.
Ow.
We can take you somewhere.
Where? Okay, where?
I don't know.
You really don't know. Well,
Just wherever you want to take him. I don't
Oh,
know.
you... Right. I am going to use my Druid craft ability and speak. I want to teleport back to home and ask if there's anybody there that can help.
Can I offer, like, if we go to Theransari, I probably know someone who could help. But if you can go home. Or
oh, how far is that? That's far, isn't it?
Or
No.
walking.
Oh,
Well, I wasn't talking about walking.
we've got the cart. How else
Ma-
do we get there?
I think we can both get there without walking, Amy.
For all of us, though, or...
I don't know. I'm not too sure how it works. I'll have to find out.
Tia and Von explain how it works, that there's a set of standing stones just a few hours down the road. These standing stones were set up by the Druids as a network of transportation. All they need to do is touch the standing stones, and then passing through it allows you to appear at another set of standing stones. And that a lot of major cities, including Theransari, has been set up with these standing stones nearby.
Well,
How many people can go?
As many as needed. The Druids have it as a very closely guarded secret, and Tia and Von, sharing a sly look to each other, say they worked their way up legitimately through the ranks of the Druid Order and have learned this special skill.
Heard that before. What about a horse and a cart? Can those travel, or is it just...
Yep, yeah, you'd be able to travel with a horse and a cart. It's essentially whatever the Druid needs to get through the portal.
okay, yeah, sure. What about? So did we burn the body outside? There's no more slugs.
Eden dealt with that.
Yes.
What about the other halfling? Like,
Oh, there was another one, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was one dead halfling and one unconscious.
what are we doing about him?
Can we investigate him whilst he's unconscious?
Yeah. Check him out. You find that there is a single letter on his person, along with a coin purse with 7 gold pieces in it. 6 gold pieces and 10 silver pieces. 7 gold pieces in total. But, in different denominations. The letter addresses Dolph and says that if he and his brother want to earn some more money, that they can accept this offer of employment. It will be simple banditry, roadside thievery, with the occasional kidnapping. At the bottom, it is signed with the name Vata. V-A-T-A. Vata.
That's not a name we recognise, is it?
It's not, no.
I don't think so, no. Can I check the body of the other one, the dead halfling?
Yes. You check his body, you don't find any letters. You do find another pouch. Similarly, you find some money. It's 4 gold pieces in total. Oh, that makes it uneven.
Well, are we sure?
I'm not sure. No.
Very hard playing someone who generally doesn't really care about money with people who don't share money, because I'm going to end up with nothing. And I just give it away as well. So.
Yes, both the halfling brothers have small knives hidden away in their boots as well.
I just leave that. I don't. The one I checked, at least.
All right.
Okay. Yes, I think we'll go.
Well, what are we going to do about this other halfling? We should, loose ends and all that. We don't want him, coming back.
Don't know.
I'll do it, and I'd load my crossbow.
Okay,
Unless anyone's going to stop me.
why don't we send him back to the person who hired him and send a message to be like, don't be coming around these parts again, or this will.
But I feel like that will put that person clearly might have some power. Therefore, I don't know if I want him to know.
Yeah. It also might have just been this guy. Maybe we should wake him up and ask him who's the person.
No.
Why?
No.
Why? What?
No.
What's wrong with
Yes,
it?
I'll let someone else torture him. I mean, interrogate him this time.
Well, why don't we just tie him up, wake him up, ask him who hired him? If it was this guy the worm guy, if it was the worm guy, then it's not a big deal, is it? Because we've dealt with them. But if it's someone else, then we'll know who's we'll get an idea of someone who's setting this kind of thing up.
He might have some information on the worm.
Okay. Wake him up.
Should we tie him up first?
Yes, that's probably a good idea, actually.
But someone,
I'll keep my crossbow pointed at him.
someone else is going to have to do it, because I am not letting go of Xander.
I'm not doing it this time.
I'll tie him up.
Okay.
So, to clarify, you're going to tie up and then wake up Dolph the halfling to try and get information out of him about his potential employer and what danger that still poses to people. And
Yes.
then afterwards, the goal is to fawn over Xander.
Go to that city, isn't it?
Travel to
Apparently.
Tharansari.
Yes.
All right.
Eden, would you like to question him?
I'd like to shoot him.
Fine with me.